Yahoo! And we are live. Only a few short days to go until Christmas. Hey, by the way, did you guys notice how I put the wrong date on my last video? I put December 23rd. And that's because I was running so fast to get out of the house because I was late. I was late for John's daughter's birthday party. And so I was running. I'm thinking, of course, what was the last thing I was thinking about, right? Was oh yeah. My last live stream for the week is going to be on December 23rd. And so that's the date that ended up on the video. You don't mind though, do you? We make mistakes, but I'm not going to go in there. Someone said, you need to take that video down. You have the wrong date. Folks, I thought that was an interesting video talking about whether Filipinos were Asian or not. It goes a lot deeper than just that. Just simply that Filipinos tend to identify with the United States and the West than they do any other culture. If you want to discover why that is, go in and read the article, but I don't agree with the author's conclusion. And so that's why I was sort of like making light of the subject matter, but it may very well be the reason when I think about it. It may be the very reason why expats feel more comfortable moving to the Philippines than a lot of other places. Of course, one of the main things is we want to move somewhere where people speak English. We don't want to have we don't really want to learn a whole different language. We could learn a few words here and there, a little Visayan, a little Tagalog, especially the curse words, when you want to curse someone out, you got to know those words, right? It's important to know. And good morning and have a nice day and thank you. Those are just basic things that a person should know. And you should know walang pera. White corta. You should know those words. Walang pera. Of course, we're going to be drawn today. Of course, I had a good time at John's house. Happy birthday to his daughter, his youngest one. These kids, they are smart. I'm telling you, they're like rocket scientists. They're like genius. It amazes me. It amazes me, right? So John would be Norwegian, married to a Filipina, and they were born, one or two of them, or maybe all of them were born in Norway. Folks, they have one of the most powerful passports ever, and that's the Norwegian passport. They can go anywhere in the world, anytime, and they're Filipino living here, right? Can you imagine three girls are in college or they want to leave the country to go travel in Europe? Visa. I don't need no stinking visa. I got this Norwegian passport right here. What? You better move the hell out of my way. I got a Norwegian passport, right? This gift, it's amazing. It's amazing to have dual citizenship, like where you have this Norwegian passport where you can travel anywhere you want in the world, and you don't need to go through the offloading or whatever they call it as you're going through the airport. Let them try and do that to you. Let them try and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We're a little bit worried that you're being trafficked. We're going to have to offload you." And then you go, "Excuse me. Excuse me, but I am a Norwegian citizen. I am a dual citizen of the Philippines." Bam! And you're not. In your face. Get out of my way. I got a plane to catch to parts unknown. That's the thing. That's why this is so important. If you want to go to Harvard, if you want to go to MIT, if you want to go to school at Cornell, visit California, get on an e-ticket right at Disneyland. You can do all those things. No one can stand in your way. You're out of here. I could go up to one of his daughters, man. If we want them to travel with us next year. Many of you know we're going to travel a little bit, right? This is this has to be done. It has to be done. You have to go like a bat out of hell the first 5 years of retirement. It is written in the retirement handbook. If you don't do it, then you're going to be missing out. You got in the first 5 years that you retire, you got to move like a bat. You got to move. I shouldn't do that. It's in that bat in hell. That's not good. Especially around Christmas time. I do apologize, especially to all the bat lovers. No one is loving bats these days, right? Gee, I hope my live stream doesn't get banned. I get these messages, right? Your last video has been assigned to someone who's going to take a look to see if you have violated any YouTube rules. I have to be very, very careful because I'm on YouTube academic probation, I think, until the end of the month. I've got to watch what I say. Let it snow. You may notice I'm not drinking out of my regular gold leaf coffee cup from Starbucks. And the reason is because I broke it this morning. I broke it into a bazillion pieces. I'm a multitasker. I do 5, 6, 8 things all at one time in the morning, right? And so what ends up happening is the coffee or the drinking of my coffee, it's important. But I was reaching for it and I pushed it. I accidentally pushed it off the table. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't even looking that direction. I was just thinking, oh yeah, the coffee's going to be there. Crash. Broke into a million pieces onto the marble tile floor. It sucks to be me some days. By the way, who is here? Thank you so much for coming to the live. Thank you so much for the giving of your time. I really appreciate it. Thanks of Ali is here. Larry Lee, Princess Sarah, Minge is in the house. How are you? How are you? Mildred is here. Mildred, how's Ramir? How is Ramir doing? Crystal's adventure. It's always an exciting adventure when Crystal's is around. But Crystal's, like I said, she talks in rhyme. She talks in rhyme sometimes to me. I heard wrong. Barbero is here. Welcome, welcome. I always enjoy it when you're in the stream so I could practice your name, right? One day it won't be able to roll off as easily as it does now. I'm not even pronouncing it correctly. Oy, so I broke that. I broke that cup. It goes splat on the ground, right? Along with the coffee. Along with the coffee, folks. That was a $25 US cup. Gold leaf. Do not put in the microwave because it'll cause the gold leaf to to fall off the cup. I mean, I was really taking care of that cup. It was a cup my mommy gave me for Christmas a few years ago. I was protecting it with my life, and apparently my life is not worth very much these days. Mike, married to a beautiful woman, is here. Mike from Canada. Hey, I was reading an article, Mike, where it says there's a mass exodus of Canadians. Where are they going? Everybody's leaving, and they're not saying why, and so uh, is that true, Mike? Is that true that there are a lot of Canadians leaving? You only have like 100 million in the country or so, right? Are you guys bigger than Russia in terms of population? That is. Good morning to the amazing Crystal, the mother of 12 children and a chicken who works hard for her family. The chickens, the chickens are very aware. They're very smart chickens, right? Whenever they see crystals coming, they run the other direction. Zam is here. Zam's in the house. Rider Adventure. Rider Adventure was a winner yesterday. Speaking of chicken dinners, speaking of chickens, no. Rider Adventure was a winner chicken dinner. Hey, sometimes I put that in my congratulations message, and I get a quiz. I get sort of a response like, ah. They're kind of like, ah, ah. That's interesting. I'm just trying to, have fun. That's all I'm trying to do. Anime. How are you? What do you say? Yes, indeed. All right. What does Crystal have to say? Oh, Mike married to be happy holidays. Selexia Vlogs is here. Selex is here. Richie La Chica is here. Good morning. Richie La Chica. I like that name. La Chica. La Chica. Come here, little cute little Chica. Sec Bucci is in the house. Of course. Of course. Of course. We're gonna draw for 300 pesos. I put it right there in the thumbnail. I put it right there for all to see. That's the only reason for being here. Hey, I've been thinking about maybe this should be my last live stream. I know that I usually will go a Saturday, right? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anything that I have to say around Christmas time might be controversial, and so I'm trying to be as nice as possible, and not dramatize events too much uh, before the end of the year. And so I've been talking about how I'm going to curb inflation next year. I'm diverting some of the money that would be in your pocket. It's going into mine. Yeah, I'm counting it. I got my money in a drawer right here. I'm starting to count it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my budget for next year. I know it's an interesting thing where you try and plan your budget, for the entire year in a single day. But I am putting together a plan for you guys, right? It's going to be a plan that I think you'll like because it'll increase the amount of pesos that you get on the wins. It's going to increase it, but it's also going to reduce my giveaway, the total number, because I gave away hella money last year. You guys just don't know. Hella money. Some of you were the recipients of the fund. Some of you that are in here, you got rewarded. Hey, by the way, it is reminding me of something else too. When you guys, I've mentioned this before, and I realize it's part of Filipino culture to do it this way. I just beg of you, I ask of you, I make a very kind request that when you're sending me requests, it's just better to request for, something, books for school or something like that. Just say it up front. Just say that, oh, Sir Dan, I like Sir Dan. I like that. That'll definitely get your point, Sir Dan. I'm having a little hard time. Can you please? Do you have a little something uh, to send me? It's better that way because I'm no good at guessing what it is that you're trying to ask me. I'm no good at it. See, in other words, you tell me a long story, especially if it's a very long story. I, I just probably I won't take the time to really read it. And there's probably good stuff there, right? It probably has something to do with my expat narcissistic personality disorder. So it's easier if you need to extract money out of my pocket, if that's what we're talking about. It's just easier to say, Sir Dan, I'm trying to extract money out of your pocket. And then you send that to me. And then we'll talk about it, you see? Because then I know what's going on. I know what the motivation is right from the get-go. And then I could say, oh, I'm so sorry. The wallet is a little bit thin this month, which is most likely the answer you're going to get. But once in a while, you hit me on a good day, right? And that good day might result in a little cash for you. And so that's how I like to be approached, just straight ahead. See, I think part of it is that most people, doesn't matter what culture you're from, they don't like being rejected. They don't like the word no being told to them, right? And so I'm very, I'll usually say, "Oh, I'm sorry, my wallet is thin this month," and that suffices. I don't I don't generally send you a message back that says no and hell no. Not generally. I have done it before, but not in a very, very long time. Listen, I have this game down. Listen, I know my limitations. I really do. And that's the most important thing. Jean God is in the house. I know what my limitations are. And I don't mind telling you when I'm broke, right? I mean, but you guys did a good job. I mean, hey, you guys did a good job. You came to my live stream. I let go of some funds, and then I realized I kept saying, "Oh, I haven't given away enough money," and then I go back and I check, and I said, "I most certainly have." Surprise to you! Listen, it it was discretionary funds. It wasn't money that was. You didn't take food out of my mouth. Obviously, look at how much weight I'm gaining, for crying out loud. Obviously, I'm not missing many meals, so don't worry about it from that perspective. And also, I'm not missing many cups of coffee. And so it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. All I'm saying is that some of the money is going to be used for travel. I mean, if you could imagine even $1,000 American, how far it could go in the Philippines, that would be how much? 55,000 pesos in terms of travel. When you translate that into travel funds, I mean, you could go a lot of places. Two people can on 50,000 pesos. You could jump on a bus right now and end up all the way down south to where what's that? He's kind of disappeared from YouTube the last week or so. What is his name? Tim A, Tim B, Tim C. Every time I'm trying to figure out his channel name, I have to go through the alphabet. Anyway, that guy, right? The guy that everybody's fighting with. I'm saying I could be in his neighborhood in about 3 or 4 hours, and it's only going to take probably a 400 peso bus ride. That's traveling, right? That's traveling. So, anyway, so no, but so that's what I'm saying is that we have to have a budget, right? We all have to have a budget. Dan, get rid of that cup. Yeah, I should. That's the last thing that you guys need in upstate. You guys are getting hammered. As a matter of fact, most of the United States right now is suffering from severe inclement weather. So, and it hits at the most inopportune time, doesn't it, Larry? When everybody wants to go home, they want to go back home to their families, and sometimes that involves air travel. And so they want to clog up all the airports. Listen, we're going through it right here, right? For example, it's ridiculous to try and book a flight right now, even in the Philippines, whether it's local or international. Just forget about it. We just have to sit because I got a little itchy. I was telling Mammy, yeah, let's spend Christmas in Dubai or something like that. Do something different. You can't even get a flight out that's reasonably priced, for crying out loud. There are no flights available to get out of here, you know? So I said, we just got to calm down till after New Year's. Everything will smooth out. The prices will tank. You know, you could already see it being reflected in hotel room costs. I mean, they're tanking. I mean, when you can stay in a 4-star hotel in Malaysia after that first couple of months, right after the holiday season and before. What's the day with the hearts? Valentine's Day. Yeah, you could sneak in there and you could stay a month at if you book it in advance, you could stay a month there for about $400 American. You know, that's way less than you'd pay for an apartment anywhere. You can stay in a 4-star hotel in the Civic Center right there in downtown. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. 24 million people in the house. Thanks so much for being here. But we do need 30 people here in order to draw. Today I am going downtown because I want to stock up on some booze. Yeah. Man, Minnie is working on adding numbers 149 and number 150 to the draw. Is there going to be beginner's luck today? That's what I'm curious about. Every once in a while, you know, somebody wins. The first time I put their number in the drawing and I pluck them out. And so anyway, so what's the other thing? Oh, so I went in and I reloaded. I uploaded that wedgie video again, right? With some suggestions from Knitbound. The first one was obvious. He says you have to actually you can't put up a title there that's a non-truth. They're not called wedgies, they're called wedges. That's the first error, right? And then the way you titled it, people are going to go in there and they're going to get mad if you put Filipino wedgie in there because they think that it's going to be one of those videos, right? Where you're giving a Filipina a wedgie. And so once you go in there and you put a title like that and they see it's potatoes being fried, they're going to be hella mad at you, right? Sheeta Kara is here. So they're going to be hella mad at you and then they'll never come back to your channel again. And folks, I'm trying to get to 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers by the middle of next year. If I'm not truthful and upfront with everybody, they're never going to come back. I mean, I don't go into channels that clickbait. You know, I don't even watch Philly in the Philippines anymore because of it. It's all clickbait. You know, it's because, like I said, you know, I've said it until you guys are sick of hearing it. It's because revenues are tanking. They can't figure out how to save their channel. So now all the ones that were criticizing, right? All the ones that were critiquing regular guy whose channel is doing great and others, right, who are posting like Rike Beyond the Sea. I mean, you got to respect that guy for saving his channel, you know? I mean, he's going the right direction. There's no doubt about it. Regular guy, his channel continues to explode. But I have seen declines of viewership in other channels, right? Like Filipina P. I mean, when you go back and you look at the 500,000, the 600, 700,000, the 1 million views they were getting back in the day, and then now you go in there and they might, on a good day, they might get 100, 150, you know? I mean, that's telling the story pretty much the way that I said it was going to play out. And so they're trying to apply the old traditional model to the YouTube, you know, today, and it just isn't going to work. You know, at least you've got Steve. I got to compliment Steve at Philippine Info Channel. At least you got Steve who's trying to figure it out. You know, I mean, he's saying, send me ideas about what you guys want me to talk about, and then I'll talk about those. That's the right direction to go. Right? All of a sudden, you know, he's becoming more interested in me and what I want to hear about. And there's 30. Okay. And so, for example, people have been talking to me for years, ever since I started this channel. Well, Dan, your channel probably would do really good if you just would do what everybody else does in terms of, there's certain things that they're interested in seeing, and it's not a black man in a van. I could tell you that right now. It is a, I do apologize to Chocolate Man in a van he's doing everything that he can in order to save himself from drowning. But I'll tell you this, right? Listen, I just cracked myself up. I do apologize. Yeah. Nothing you try is gonna work, so you just better enjoy. I'm not saying nothing, right? But you have to have your pulse. You have to have your pulse on the people, right? And so I've neglected that, right? Because people have told me time and time again, why don't you just go in and do reviews on hotels and meals, fancy meals at Vikings and all this other crap. All right, I go in there enthusiastically and oh, that's a great looking steak. Oh, well, is that real beef or is that a modified pork product? I'd be no good at it. They tell me, Dan, go out and find an apartment that only costs $60 a month. And I'm like, any apartment that you find in the Philippines for an expat that is only $60 a month, I guarantee you would not want to live in there, right? And so some people are so proud of the places that they live, in the Philippines. I understand that if you're an expat, but it isn't exactly, you're not exactly emulating the Western style of living that you're trying to portray. In other words, you know, you're setting us up. Oh, but you're not setting us up in the way that other guy that's showing up on YouTube, where he says expats are setting you up when they tell you they're not making enough money on disability in order to survive. And then I sit back and I go, huh? You guys are out there making $3,000 and $4,000 a month at least on disability payments, and you're coming on YouTube and you're eBaying, setting everybody up, trying to make them send you money. Listen, if I needed money, I think most YouTubers are like this, right? If I needed money, I would just ask for it the same way that you would communicate that I prefer you communicate to me. I would be communicating to you, and some of you are some of you have gotten very good about it. I'm not sure it's because you've been listening to me and what I've been saying, but the majority of those donations and contributions will be coming from the West. So when you're asking for donations, money, and sponsorships, you would not be asking it in Tagalog language, would you? Even if you had a Tagalog channel, you would not be asking for it in Visayan, even if you had a Visayan channel. You would be asking for it in English, the universal language of money, right? And so a lot of you have been good about it. And those people that have forgotten how it works. For example, let me just give you an example. I can't help myself. Journals is here. Hi, Journals. How are you? Oh, yeah. Ramel is here. Ramel Guapo is in the house. What a handsome Ramel Guapo. Yeah. So, for example, here's Dan going off again, telling us what he thinks. Well, this is what this channel is about. Do I care so much about what you think? Of course I do. Except when it comes to show us the hotel that you're staying in, right? Show us the apartment that you're living in. Oh, Jesus. I I went into a hotel one time. I went into a hotel and said, my subscribers would like to see the room. And they're like, nope. Nope. And I said, why? Because if you showed the room, nobody would want to stay here. I only put the pictures of the nicest rooms up on the booking.com. If they want to see the room, they could go there. And I go, I'll say to them, so you're actually trying to deceive people. What? Get out my hotel. We don't use the word deception. We don't use the word deception in this business. No, we use the word marketing campaign. Yeah, Naomi is here. Naomi was yesterday's video winner. She saw her name pop up on there. Well, she indicated to me that she saw it anyway. I could have misunderstood her, but it's too late. I already sent her the money. Good morning, Naomi, and to your daughter. Merry Christmas. Matt Minnie sends her best regards also to you and your daughter. Sekbuchi is here. Yeah, so anyway, it got ugly. It got ugly, and security escorted us out. I lost interest in the whole idea of doing that. Even though when we travel, I probably will have to reconsider, the whole thing, because I promised somebody from Ormoc said, "Hey, Dan, you're really," they were being sincere, and I accept their critique. I accept their criticism. What kind of a person would I be if I weren't able to take the criticism? Well, except for that ass that keeps stalking me, shows up wherever I go, and so I don't go there. I don't go to the places where that particular ass hangs out. If there's a chance that the ass will show up, I won't go there. You get rid of the ass, and then you have me back. You see, another ass. You have to actually trade one for the other. Oh, thanks so much, man. Minnie. We're gonna draw pretty soon. Stay close by. I feel myself sinking into the abyss right now. She's looking over at me, shaking her head. If you want to have more money, give more away. We'll come back. That's what I choose. That is the lesson that my sister she tried to teach me for so many years. Mike, it's the one that it seems to come more natural to Filipinos than it does to Westerners, that want to hang on to everything, not really realizing how God and the universe works. It's see, if I actually were to think about every single dollar that I give away to whom, and whether the reason was honorable or not, I would not be able to live with myself. And that's why I keep reminding people that once it leaves my hand, I hardly will ever think about it again. I just naturally don't think about it. I just kind of like put it out there in the universe and said, go out there, do the good work. Right. And the next thing you know, things happen. Positive things start happening in our lives. And so that's the way that it works. It's hard to convince folks that that's the way that it works. Because I don't know. It's because I don't know why it is, but more of this happens. See, over here in the Philippines, the Filipinos don't really they this kind of thing, the giving of things, the giving of oneself, and things like that. It comes naturally to Filipinos. It's part of their culture. I think I made that point like several times. It's part of their culture it's their giving, loving nature. And then I'm slowly but surely working my way around to try and explain how that came to be. If you look at the historical underpinnings, of the country. And so I thought I was going to start off by doing that first video, talking about how Filipinos identify more with the East, but they have an identity crisis from time to time because you're located in the region of Southeast Asia. But the question does come up oftentimes, aren't you Pacific Islanders more than you are? I mean, would you not identify more with, let's say, the people in Hawaii than the people in Vietnam? And the answer in my mind's eye is that you certainly would, right? The cultural differences are staggering. The cultural, if you were to go to Hawaii, for example, I mean, what, half, three quarters of the population are Filipino. How did that happen? How did that happen? Anyway, it's a long story, but it's deeply rooted in the historical underpinnings of the country and the occupation by Spain. But you see, the reason why I'm going to do a video on this, I'm going to talk about my adaptation. Yen, this is important. How does a guy like me come to the Philippines and then hug everybody, saying and embracing it and saying, "Oh, this is my home. This is my country." See, how is it that where did that feeling come from? And I'm telling you, it's deeply rooted in my background. See, in my background and the background of the Herreras, my last name. So I know a lot of people are shocked when they hear that last name because they go, "Oh, my teacher's name was Herrera. The governor of our province is Herrera. The president of Mexico's name Herrera." I mean, if you go looking all over the place, you're gonna find the name. It's all over the world, and then you go do the exploration of how it came to be, and you're gonna see the cultural connection between my folks and the Philippines. And you don't even have to take the long way around in order to find the answer. The answer is right there in the history books. And so it's amazing. It's amazing what you discover, about yourself and your family's history, should you choose to look. And that's why I say I'm Filipino under the skin. We all are connected to each other. But my adaptation was fairly easy. And people will critique, saying, because I've heard it before. People send me an email. Well, I don't understand. I can't adapt so well to this culture, and it's because I grew up in this culture. I grew up in one of the most diverse communities on the face of the planet, and then you have to see where the Filipino connection is. That's why I was easily able to adapt. And I just didn't show up here. I've been coming here for 25 years. I didn't just wake up one day and say, think I'll move to the Philippines. Only been there once. No, I did not do that. I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew what goes on here. I don't even, half the stuff that I see doesn't even, I mean, that might surprise other Westerners. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't even pay any attention to it. I don't even look over there and say, "Oh, that shouldn't be happening." I don't. I don't even think about it. Damn, my wallet is fat, but not with the money. Well, you know what? But that's good. I'll tell you why it's good. I don't know if Mike's still here, if he's going to agree with me on this. I'll tell you why, even though you have that you don't have a lot of money, why it's important to have a fat wallet, right? Most of you know, if you carry around Crystal's needs, yeah. But I thought you agreed to send that to her, Mike. Yeah, but the whole giving is it is needs based, and that's why Mike put needs in there. He said, because he knows me all too well. Needs is an important word. Yeah, it'll get me almost every time. So now, all right. So, let's draw. How about that? We'll talk about the rest of it later. It's too heavy for right before Christmas. Mama Gina is here. Beth is here. Hi, Beth. I see you there. I know I'm behind in the chat. I always am, because not only is it's delayed here, right? And I haven't gotten used to looking at my phone. But soon, I'll have this phone. All right. I don't know if you guys know that this exists. Nipan probably does, because he's high tech. Dan didn't know until recently, because I'm low tech. Let me tell you what I discovered, right? This phone right here, this Opal phone that I've been using to do my videos and stuff like that. I do have a vlogging camera that I bust out, but I enjoy using the phone. It's so easy, right? So easy to carry around. But gosh, I wasted all that money on that vlogging camera. Oh, it was not inexpensive. I need to bust that out every now and again. Thank you so much for 39 million people being in the house. I truly appreciate you giving your time to listen, to come here and listen to a guy like me when you got better things to do. For crying out loud, you should be out there Christmas shopping. But anyway, Nib and I probably know this. They have a doohickey, right? They have a doohickey that I could also hook. I could also hook the computer up. But like I said, there's a delay to my big screen, my 32-inch monitor that's over here in the corner. I don't know if you. I'm doing this for the new year, right? I don't know if that monitor, right? Now that's crazy to have that thing sitting there and then not be using it. That's crazy. That's old man stuff, right? So anyway, but I because the phone is current and the computer is not, it's lagging behind all the time. Oh, Mike K. Joe is here. Dan, my wallet is fat. All right. The reason why you keep it fat, even when you don't have money, is because of you're saying the message to the universe and God that you are abundant, that you are not impoverished. And so it welcomes the receiving of gifts and money, and that's my belief. Okay. I wasn't going to go into it too deep, but the reason why you carry a fat wallet around is because, or always money in your pocket, is because that is the sign that you have faith that new money will come. And so you have to send that, and you have to believe that it actually is in your wallet. So even if you don't want to carry around all your important papers in your wallet to make it fat, start folding your money in half and sticking it in your wallet that way, or do whatever it is you can. Here's another idea, right? Please don't laugh. I've used this idea before. Folks, go buy in the toy store, they sell replicate pesos, and it's the actual size of your pesos that you use here in the Philippines. But it's stamped saying this is for drama, this is play money, this is for entertainment purposes only. It has a big stamp on it, right? And you take that and you put it in your wallet. You carry that around in your pocket and watch what happens, right? Because you're sending out a message to God and the universe that you believe in them. And that's the reason why that happens. And you watch the money. Listen, the money will start to flow some way or another. I'm not saying you're going to get rich, but it depends on what your belief system is, what you're sending out there. But the whole thing is that another thing, since we're on the subject, one more thing, right? One more thing that I've observed about myself. I'll share with you, and then we're gonna call Mammy to draw. All right, and that is that when you keep when you keep clothing around the house that is new that you've never worn, old that you've never worn or you stop wearing, clothes that have holes, like for example in the underwear that you can. Men are good for doing this. I don't know. Women are a little bit better at it, but clothes that are torn or worn that you continue to use, then you're saying the message out that you are in an impoverished condition. And so now here's what happens, right? I break my own rules from time to time. So usually I will take those clothes and repair them right away and continue wearing them. So some of you have noticed and even commented to me in the email. You've said, "Hey Dan, I noticed that you're wearing the same shirt, same pants, same this, same that." Yeah, I only have so many clothes to wear. I don't have one more pair of shoes, one extra shirt, one pair of pants more than what I need in order to wear, and then the rest I give away. And for example, underwear, I'm going to talk for men. We tend to keep them forever, even when they're torn. I have no idea why, right? It's one of those male things, I think. Somebody right now is sending me a message that says, "Speak for yourself, Dan." The most important thing you could do to invite prosperity into your life is to go through your clothes once or twice a month and give away the ones that still can be worn. Give it away to your neighbors, which we do. Mammy and I do all the time. And then the other is to throw out the ones that are no longer useful. Because when you keep them in your drawer and you have to look at them every day, or you're wearing them, that you're giving yourself that subconscious message that it's okay to be impoverished. And so impoverished you shall be, because you're not inviting new into your life. And so, of course, one of the things we did when we were in the United States, when we were back in the States, is I went and stocked up, even though I know Amazon delivers, but I think Geo just did a video on where there's a new scam where they're switching out the boxes and then showing that they're showing the box was delivered. I mean, it's different when they hand it to you, but if they're fortunate, if the Ninja van comes to your house with the Amazon package and they drop it at the porch because they're knocking on the door and nobody is home, right? Uh, there's an opportunity for somebody to come by and snatch that box up, or even unbecoming conduct by the delivery driver themselves, who will actually barcode read that box, snap a picture showing that it was delivered, and then take a like box empty with rocks in it and switch it out for another one. I didn't watch the Geo video. I don't know exactly how this happened, but I can imagine it was something like that. So go in there and watch that and see what happened. But what we did was we went there to the States. We bought new underwear. Why? Some of mine had developed, they were worn since we moved here a couple years ago. I needed a new, I usually buy the quick dry, so they're expensive. You wash them off in the sink, you throw them up over the shower line, and then they're dry in like 10 minutes. Those are the kind that I buy because they're light, and I travel light, as most of you know. One backpack for a 2-week journey is all I need. One, 2 shirts, 2 underwear, 2 pants, 2 socks, 1 pair of shoes, my hat. That's generally all that I'm going to be traveling with. And then I'm washing every day and hanging up in the shower line. Well, so I have quick dry shirts, the ones that dry in 10 minutes, quick dry socks, quick dry underwear. All this stuff dries. But when you get holes in the stuff, that's the problem, see? Oh, the universe looks at you and they go, "Oh, you can't afford a new pair of underwear, of underclothes." And so you have to discard those right away. See, and buy new, because by buying new, you're sending the message out to the universe that you are abundant, you're prosperous. You see, you can afford to buy new, and so money comes to you. See, and the old you discard. And then, of course, the altruistic thing to do with old clothing, or clothing that still can be worn that you no longer wear, instead of having them hang in your closet, start giving them away to people in need. And then guess what happens? People start, what has happened to me in the past is that all of a sudden people start bringing stuff to me. Brand new stuff starts showing up in the Amazon box. New shirts, new clothes, gifts. They're gifts from my family and friends. What, Dan? You have family and friends? Believe it or not, I do. I even have a couple here that live here in the Philippines. Believe it or not, I have workmates I talk to almost every single day in the chat. We get into some interesting topical conversations. Most of them think it's a crazy idea to come move to the Philippines, but I gotta be the happiest guy on earth. I gotta be the happiest guy on earth. James is here. James, how's life? Who else is in the house? Who else is in the house? All right. See, again, I'm getting in the habit of doing. Oh yeah. So now I was gonna get back. I was gonna get back on the high tech thing. So there's a doohickey, or a doohickey. Yeah. There's a thingamajig that you can hook up to your phone. It's a HDMI cord. It hooks up to the USB. It hooks up to this port right here, your charging port, and hooks up to this TV set, this monitor. And so if you've got eyesight problems like I've got, Amazon sells what you need, right? They'll sell you a long cord that you can connect from your phone over there to that TV set, that monitor over there. What? What? You got to be kidding me. And then I know Nip or somebody's in there saying, Dan, you didn't know about that. What's the matter with you? You living in the dark ages. You need a helper. You need somebody to walk around with you to make sure that you don't get hurt. That's Ma'am Minnie. But she may not want it. She's not interested in doing it anymore, so I might have to hire her. She's either walking way up ahead of me or behind me some kind of way. Hey Joe, what do you know from Buena Vista Dreamin'? How's the new city coming along? Are they starting to pave that bad boy? Have you seen any skyscrapers going up out there in the former pasture of Solano County? I love saying that. I mean, it's the new city. It's the new city that's in the Bible, except, hey, Joe, Buena Vista Dreamin', Mike there doesn't know it yet, but Dan does. Where else are you going to build the new city that's prophesied in the Bible? Anyway, I don't know anything about the Bible. I'm just messing around. People they keep sending me biblical verses, you know. You know what you are according to the Bible, Dan? A heathen. You're nothing but a heathen. You're evil. You're inherently evil. All right. Since you think that I'm inherently evil, could you please send all my money back that I've sent you? All of a sudden, I never hear from them again. Why did you go and say that? You're inherently evil. Since I am, would you mind sending me all those thousands of pesos that I've sent you over the last couple of months? That usually doesn't get a response. I usually, when that happens, and it has happened, which is the reason why I'm sharing it with you, I never hear from them again after that. Oh, it's kind of funny. All right, Ma'am Minnie, they want to see you. Ma'am Minnie. Oi, I don't know if I have all my paperwork here. But anyway, we're going to do it. We're going to do it by name or number. I got this. I got this here. 300 pesos. They are waiting. By the way, if you're interested in seeing some fun stuff, go to Ma'am Minnie's Facebook channel. That's Minerva David. Yeah. Yeah. She says,
your Facebook.
Yeah, go to your Facebook channel. In my Facebook, you're not going to see anything because I don't use Facebook. But Ma'am Minnie, I saw her out there with the hula hoop. All right. So we ready to draw, Ma'am Minnie? Shake it, baby. Shake it. Shake it, baby. Shake it. All right. What do we got? Oh, is this one of them times that we have a lucky newbie? Is this what? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure that I saw her name this morning in here, right? But it's one of my favorite names because my cousins' name are Fuentes that live in Santa Fe Springs. And that's who this number 122 belongs to, right? 122. 122. First call out. Must be present to win. 122. Ronaldin Fuentes. My cousins are Fuentes. Second call out for Ronaldin Fuentes. Must be present to win. That's number 122 for Ronaldin Fuentes. Ronaldin Fuentes. Third call out for 300 pesos. Must be present to win. Must say present For number 122, Ronaldin Fuentes. Fourth call out for Ronaldin Fuentes. Must be present to win. Ronaldin.
Where's Kristen?
Fuentes.
Hi, Kristen.
Fifth and final call out for Ronaldin Fuentes. I got my phone up,
Where
so.
are you, Ronaldin?
Ronaldin, fifth and final call out. Say present. Must be present to win. Oh, we're not lucky and doggone it. I think I saw Ronaldin in here. I think I saw Ronaldin in here yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or day before. All right. We're going to have to draw again, man, Minnie. Handle your business, man, Minnie. Handle your business. All right. Next one up. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me see who this one is. Oh, I know he's not in here, right? I know I haven't seen him in a long time. Number 27. Once in a while, Dodger Blue will send me an email, but I haven't seen Dodger Blue number 27 in here in a long time. Dodger Blue, it's for you, number 27. First call out. Must be present to win. Dodger Blue, it's all for you, 300 pesos. Second call out. Must be present to win. Dodger Blue. How are the Dodgers doing anyway? Oh, yeah, they're not. They're not playing right now. Dodger Blue. Third call out. Must be present to win. Dodger. LA Dodger Blue. Fourth call out. Must be present to win. Dodger Blue. Fifth and final call out. Must be present to win. 300 pesos would have been enough to buy a coffee, a latte at Starbucks for sure. I don't know. It's right here. That's why I'm using my phone. All right. Here we go. Next one, man, Minnie. Next one. I'm excited. Next one. Yahoo! Ooh. Oh. Huh? Huh. All right. Let me go find out to see who this belongs to. I hope I have my list. I'm checking it twice. See who's naughty or nice. What? I didn't see him in here. Was he in here? Was he in here? Number 100, Sir Luke. Sir Luke is in here. Sir Luke, your number has been pulled. Number 100. First call out.
Is that boy?
Must be present to win. This is Sir Luke. Sir Luke, number 100. Second call out. Must be present to win. You guys better send Sir Luke a message, and let him know that his number's called. I'd be disappointed in you. There's Sir Luke. Yay, Sir Luke, congratulations. You are the winner today of 300 pesos. You can shout out right now if you want as to where you want to send this money to, or if you want it, that'll buy you a latte at Starbucks. I could send it to your GCash, or you can give it away. It's okay if you want to say where you want it to go here, or you could send it to me in the chat. Sir Luke, today, there's Pacquiao Mertz, is today's lucky winner. Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Sir Luke. I kind of had a feeling, that you were going to be on the win list pretty soon. Sir Luke. All right. Congratulations. Anna G, thanks for coming. Nomi, thanks for hanging in there with us. Is this your day off, Nomi? I'm just curious. Megan Gomez in the house. Folks, thanks so much for attending today's live stream. We truly appreciate it. I'll send you a Amsterdam. Thank you. Okay, thanks so much, Sir Luke. All right, everybody. Larry Lee, tell it the way it is. Lead us out of this live stream. Stand by for news. Larry Lee with his famous words of wisdom. Remember to be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe and healthy. Plus, always try to have fun. Folks, Merry Christmas. Be prosperous.
Merry Christmas. Christmas.
And man, Meanie and I will see you on the next live. We're out in
Bye.
5, 4,